Well, hello. If you're uh, if you're a Brit like me, I hope you're enjoying the Wimbledon. If you're a tennis lover, anywhere in the world, I hope you're enjoying it too. And Sue and I just out on the road, actually staying with some very good friends of ours we haven't seen for quite a while, Tim and Sue Eldridge, and that's really very fun. So hey, I'm just continuing talking about send and send, and really just unpacking different things. And in this session, I want to talk part two. He wastes nothing, he gets you ready. And the last session, we just had a look at that phrase that I have got. It's my paraphrase, my translation, as it were, of Romans 8:28. All things work together for good. All things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to his purpose. And I've just paraphrased that as he wastes nothing, he gets you ready. And hi there, Stephen. Yeah, just believing with you for complete healing there. As you jump on, just pray that even just as you listen to this, you might receive healing. We actually, Sue and I, it's completely different subject of healing, but just in the last 2 days heard of a couple that we just impromptuly, however you say that, prayed for. And they'd been 8 years waiting to have a baby, and we just prayed for them in a coffee shop a little while ago, a few months ago. I just heard yesterday. So he heals. It's who he is. It's what he does. And countless stories of healing. So believing with you. But I just want to have a look at really part two, which is this. He redeems the low points. I want you to realize that as as you just think about your life and your life's purpose, he wastes nothing. He gets you ready. All things work together. All things, that's all things. And in particular, the challenges, the low points, the disappointments, the obstacles, those dry periods, those mundane periods, he redeems the lows. And here's the truth: his name is Redeemer. This is so simple and yet life changing. He is Redeemer. And that means, just as surely as I always think of the lady who touched the hem of Jesus' garment, she touched the hem of the healer and she was healed. And I believe that just the same, if you touch, as it were, the hem of the garment of a Redeemer, that you will see redemption. In other words, areas of your life restored in value. You thought they were wasted, you thought they were low, you thought they were forgotten, and yet no, that is not how he works. He is a redeemer, and he will put value back in. I love when I teach about this, to talk about, it seems a long time since I've done this, and probably you're the same, but took your empty, as it were, Coca-Cola bottle back to the store, and you got some money back for that glass bottle. And of course, getting the money back was sort of our end of it, so to speak, because we got the money back. But here's the most incredible thing: when something is redeemed, it's available to be refilled. You see that Coca-Cola bottle taken back, you got a few pence back for it, but the manufacturers were able to refill it. And I believe that's what happens with our lives as we present even seasons of our lives, and we say, "Gosh, that felt like it was a waste. I missed something." The Redeemer wants to touch it and put a value in it, and he will take that season and it will become valuable, not just to you but to other people. And I experienced that 32 years after my father died, when I had an encounter with the Lord, and he told me that I'd stop being a son. And I was thinking, the Bible verse says he redeems or restores the years the locusts have eaten. How could he possibly do that for me? And yet I know that he did, and he has, and he continues to. And really, the experience of losing my dad at such a young age, and living for 32 years, not seeing myself as a son, not being able to receive, has actually become one of the really valuable experiences of my life, and one that I now get to give away. And I watch other people who've had great tragedies in their lives, and they present those tragedies to the Lord, and he makes them beautiful, and he allows people to give away out of their experience, out of their pain, out of their disappointment, out of their loss. He turns it into something, a gift, a message, and there's a redemptive nature, redemptive purpose. So he is Redeemer. I'm privileged to have been to Rio de Janeiro, and been up there, and sat at the feet, as it were, of that massive statue of Jesus, Christ the Redeemer statue. And I think sometimes we overlook that that is his name, that's his title. He is Redeemer. And so as we look at this theme, he wastes nothing, he gets you ready. I want you to embrace this part. He redeems the lows. So there might have been seasons when you were doing a job and it seemed like, well, I was just doing that because I needed money. He'll redeem it. He will redeem it. He'll put a value in it. And I am just amazed. And even as I think through some of the seasons of my life, the things that I've done, the jobs I've had, the experience I've had, sometimes at the time they didn't seem that great, that profound, that powerful. But the truth is that he redeems those low points. It's who he is. Even Job, that book of the Bible that we can look at and think, gosh, how did that even get in the book, so to speak? Even Job could say, I know that my Redeemer lives. And in many respects, we have a very limited value and view of the word Redeemer. It's not really a big word in the English language, and it doesn't actually feature as a word in the New Testament. In fact, the nearest you can get is the word archegos that is used in the book of Hebrews, the great architect. Sometimes we're maybe afraid of using that because of perhaps how that is used by Freemasons, talking of the great architect, and we can overlook it. I think, oh, it's not a title we should use, but God is the great architect. The Old Testament view of a Redeemer is stunning, beautiful. The Redeemer would pay the ransom that got you out of captivity, come and get you from captivity, build, as it were, a pathway, a road, so that you could leave that place of pain and captivity and establish a new city, a new home, a new town, and remain as sovereign protector over the person. That's the picture that's captured in the Old Testament view of this word Redeemer, which is, as I say, not in the New Testament, but it's this incredibly powerful word. It's the nature of Jesus is he redeems. In other words, what the world may look on as worthless and without value, he deems of value. And one of the most incredible truths is this: Jesus didn't die because you were worth less. He died because you were worth him. And when we give our lives to him, he redeems our lives and makes them beautiful and valuable and powerful and purposeful all over again. So I want to encourage you with this, with part 2 of he wastes nothing, he gets you ready, he redeems the lows. So you can go through your life story. I want you to do that. I want you to be looking at that, but I would also want you to be willing to look at those low points, those disappointments, maybe those wilderness years or seasons, and realize that he wants to put value back into those seasons. He, as it were, wants you to take that empty period of your life back to the store, get your money back on it, so to speak, and present that empty bottle, that empty season, that empty place of your life, and say, would you refill it again? Would you put a purpose back in that again? So this is a truth, and it's a truth that will transform your life. And especially as you're looking at destiny, or maybe you're looking at finding purpose, because my passion is erase the secular sacred divide. I want you to know, whoever you are, whatever you do, wherever you go, you're a minister of the gospel of the kingdom. And so you can look at your life and think, well, I just do this. No, he wants to redeem it. He wants you to realize how valuable what you do is, who you are is, and that there is nothing in your life that's wasted, and there is no point, there is no instant, there's no circumstance that cannot be redeemed, because it's who he is. He is Redeemer. So bless you. In the next one of these, when I do it, I'm going to look at He repeats the victories, the highs. These are really important principles for us as we head towards the fourth in this little series. The fourth is believing your story. These are pieces along the way. So believe this with me. He wastes nothing. He gets you ready. Believe this with me. He redeems the lows. And join me next time, and we'll have a look at how he always, it's his passion, his desire. In fact, it's his nature to repeat victories. He can't help himself. We'll have a look at that next. So thanks for watching this, and hey, may God bless you as you embrace these truths and watch how powerful they are as they work out in your life.